What is up, guys? Welcome in. It's episode 120 something of The Scope, your source, because you're here. News for FPS news and just general wonderful discussion between the three co-hosts you see before you now. I am Crash, joined by Buff and Blue. What's up, men?
Hello.
Dude, I'm here. I'm counting on chat. I'm counting on you guys. I'm counting on everybody. Get me through this because I am flipping exhausted, dude. I'm rocking on like 4 hours of sleep. I've been outside today, working outside in the field, and we're gonna get through it. I got 2 cups of coffee and some water, and if it gets wild, I got whiskey. So we're gonna get through it. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fine. There might just
you drink your coffee black?
Yeah, just plain.
Yeah. Okay.
You might hear more stupid things come out of my mouth than normal, so you might enjoy it. Like, it might be an extra stupid episode from me. So you're welcome, if that's possible.
That's not the episode we finally get canceled.
We could. I really think you have to give a shit to get canceled, and I really don't.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. How are you guys doing? You have good weekends or what?
Very. It's hot.
Dude, summer's here. I'm tired of it already.
Yeah.
Already, dude. It's gonna be a hot freaking June and July, especially here in Florida, dude. It was like 80 something degrees, 90, and then the humidity was like 85 or 90%.
Jeez,
So the
dude.
heat index was like 107, 110. Like, this thing was just all over the place, man.
It's
It was
swampy out there,
and then just thunderstorms everywhere, just out of nowhere. And hell, we even got some tornadoes here in Florida, man. You know, there was one like, a couple hours from me, and there was 2. One of them ripped up some pretty heavy stuff. Almost looked like a hurricane kind of went through it, and then another one touched off the coast. So it was actually one of those, like, those water tornadoes.
Oh, water spout or whatever?
Water, yeah. So,
dude, that'd be terrifying on a boat, man. My water spout, man, it shouldn't be. Make it stop. Yeah, man. It makes my wife and many friends around me when it's like this time of year, and I'm like, dude, I'm so ready for fall and winter. Like, I'm so over summer already. It tilts people because it's not even summer yet. But I hate being hot. I hate humidity. I love fall and I don't hate winter. I'm a big burly man, dude. I don't
like
do well in heat. Where you at on the Buff? You like summer or you like fall, winter?
Oh, I love summer, but yeah, I mean, sometimes the humidity can be rough. So
yeah, it gets me, dude. I can't.
It's got to get some more fans.
It's the humidity for sure.
Yeah.
That's the worst. Hopefully when I move, it's supposed to be drier out there, but that comes with its whole host of other issues. Like, your skin's always cracking and
it's a dry heat. It's still hot. Okay. Like,
yeah, at a point, like you start getting triple digits. Like, I don't care. It's shitty. Like, anything over like 95 is bad for sure. Have you guys been playing video games, or was it like a touch grass weekend?
Touch grass. Didn't really get to play any.
Kind of same, a little bit of touch grass here. Had some friends come over for dinner, and then that was pretty much it. Just dinner and rest.
Yeah, that feels good. Did you, Buff? I know you've been playing Arena Breakout a fair amount when you do game.
Mm-hmm.
Have they said when that beta ends? Because I've been like wondering when it's ended.
I mean, that would be nice to know as well too. I still haven't played it.
I thought so. They extended one of the like modes or whatever to the 22nd when I looked at it last week. So I haven't looked or seen anything since, but I'm assuming it's going till Wednesday right now. But I do have a feeling.
It'll get extended.
But like how successful it is, I just have a feeling. Because I mean, they even stated like they're using this just for, initial feedback, testing servers, all that stuff. I have a feeling they're just gonna leave it up.
I wonder
up until launch. I have just so everyone just like, hey, we're not updating this anymore, because they did an update. I think it was today.
Yeah.
I have a feeling they'll probably just be like, hey, we're not gonna update it anymore. We're just, this version's out there for you guys. We're gonna go work
almost
on
like
it
a semi ghost drop.
Right. Yeah. And then they'll just then when their version's ready, because I think the launch is pretty close. I think they're taking the feedback from this. The game feels ready to go. I think they're just implementing a couple things here and there, and they'll launch it. So there's no harm in, with how popular it is, there's no harm in keeping it up. Just let people keep playing it.
Yeah, with how solid it is.
Yeah,
jeez, man,
it
just
feels great, man.
It runs like a dream, dude. Like
I'm holding 140 140s for frames.
If you guys are getting that, I need to see what I'm getting because I still haven't tried it yet. I'm tired of playing games with low FPS.
No, it's like it's optimized.
It runs very well.
Yeah, it's kind of impressive, even if they did copy all the code, I guess. But we can get into that more. That, like, we talked about it last week, but the plot continues to thicken on that whole thing. It's crazy. But Nikita going, I put it on the topic list because I just feel like that's like a really big topic of discussion. It's just the whole extraction shooters with the big three right now. That people are talking about a lot. So we'll get into that. And then I guess I need to pay a little bit of attention. I didn't get a chance to look up the schedule for sure, but I know Summer Game Fest is around the corner. So we'll have Ubisoft Forward, Xbox Showcase, Summer Game Fest, like PC gaming show and all that stuff. And I feel like every year we get like one or two like shooter related things that come out of that week. So I can't remember exactly when it is. If we'll have one,
it'll be mostly anime stuff again, like
normal.
Yeah,
90% of it's weeb stuff, but there's like 90% of it's weebs and mobile games. But
community,
we'll get something out of it, maybe potentially. But it's June 7th on a Friday, so will we have another show more then?
Yeah, we will.
Yeah. Okay, we'll have two more shows. All right. Because I like to like kind of talk about it leading up to it, and then we always do like the post show.
Oh, that's perfect actually, because that's like then two days after, and it's the 10th, which is our show again. Yeah. So sweet. Okay, cool.
Yeah, people are starting to schedule around the Scope podcast. I appreciate that.
They're starting to realize it.
Figured it out. Nice. Clearly, thanks, Jeff Keighley. Appreciate you.
First of all, fuck Ubisoft.
Dude, you just want to go into
terrible.
Yeah, I'm dying to talk about it, man.
Yeah, dude. Let's go straight into that because they're gonna get so much fucking flack at the event. I hope they do, man. Like that was such a letdown, man.
We were talking about that for weeks, like months now. It feels like,
dude, we can even relive the moment when it happened. Blue and I kind of went through it together. I was in Blue's stream when he was playing Stalker, and I saw IGN tweeted it, and I was like, "Blue, they canceled Division Heartland."
And it was like 14 minutes after they posted it, and you went into the chat. I was like, "Bro, did you hear the word about Heartland?" And my heart immediately stopped because you didn't say it.
Oh no!
I was like, "Oh no, what happened?"
Yeah.
and then
Blue was like, "No," and I just could hear the despair in his voice and me, and I'm like processing this. If you guys don't know and are new to the show, we have been looking forward to this game for a really long time. We have played. I guess the NDA probably doesn't matter anymore, huh?
I would say it does because the company still is active and running. So
what I mean,
look. I will say there are recordings on my hard drive, but they can't come after that. Okay.
That's gonna be like an NFT
just
now.
In case.
Yeah, you could sell
cancel
Division Heartland gameplay.
Yes, and we'll find name plastered all over it and freaking, NDA covered screens.
If Logan Paul or Jake Paul or whoever they are do it, it'll be fine. They'll get you some crypto money. Yeah,
I just need one person to come out with it, then I could just open the floodgates.
That'd be sweet. But dude, I don't know, man. I was really looking forward to this, and I guess the biggest thing is like I cannot for the life of me figure out why. Maybe they thought where they said it was going to be free to play that they didn't think they'd make enough money on microtransactions to cover the costs or whatever. But it was so close to done. The beta last year was fun. It was solid. Like it felt like it was ready for release.
Yeah.
And to cancel an extraction game when that's all most people are talking about in shooter space right now are the new extraction games out, and you cancel one in favor of XDefiant.
Man.
Yeah. Out of all games you said that you were gonna move resources to was XDefiant, and I will say what's interesting is they said Rainbow Six and not Rainbow Six Siege.
Right.
So it's almost like they said that they're gonna focus on like Rainbow Six as like a franchise as a whole, but from what I think, it's just more support to to Siege, I guess, but
There's-
I don't think they're gonna be coming off a new Rainbow Six
I feel like
anytime
there's a
soon because
couple
they got the
tracks.
because they got the Tom Clancy remaster, you know, the Splinter Cell stuff,
Yeah.
remaster coming out, so they got to focus on that too. So
There's a couple different ways you could read that, right? Like they could be doing Rainbow Six Mobile, like Siege Mobile's coming. They could be working on Siege, or they could be doing a new Rainbow Six title. But after Rainbow Six Extraction, I have zero faith in anything that they do.
And Woo, I was thinking about that as well too. Like they could be hopefully, because there was their survival DLC in the Division 1, which was their, you know, extraction game mode almost, because of, again, it was more hardcore, it was more survival aspects. It was, you know, actually looking around for medicine and staying warm and whatnot. And then that was put into the Division 1. Division 2 didn't really have any of that. So maybe, and then Division 3 is still being worked on. We just don't know any news about it. So maybe they might incorporate that game mode into Division 3, or maybe they might even like take elements from Heartland. And this is like, again, me hoping for the best. They're still expecting the worst. It's Ubisoft. I'm not expecting anything from them. But maybe they could introduce some of those elements into Division 3. So I still don't think I will ever see a resurgence of Heartland of any shape or form. You know, that's just like the pessimist inside me, especially when it comes to Ubisoft. But I don't know. We'll see. I will say, and I did see Big Fry's video as well too, of like, I hate that they're focusing on XDefiant, but I see also probably after the scam and the what's not again, well, not actually, in my opinion, it was a scam. And disappointment Skull and Bones was like the amount of resources poured into that game, how much they probably lost on that.
They're still going after season 2 of that. Like they're still in on Skull and Bones.
I don't get. When I saw that, I didn't get that. I was like, how do you? And they said like, oh, due to the amazing player feedback. What are you looking at? What amazing player feedback did you read that said, you know what? Let's cancel Heartland.
And we determined that was a lie.
Season 2.
Yeah, it's not.
Dude, it's so shitty. Just I got so mad, man. And I don't like. I'm 37 years old, right? Like it's a video game. It's not that serious. But we
played it. We played it. That's the heart.
Fun, and I was looking forward to it. And I was just starting to feel like I'm really finally getting into like extraction shooters now that I've kind of been liberated from Tarkov a little bit. I've been having fun with Gray Zone,
from Tarkov,
Arena Breakout. I want to play Incursion. I want to get into Road to Vostok when that drops. And I was like, dude, Division Heartland's going to be awesome. We can do some duo streams with Blue. I can play Arena Breakout with Buff. Life's going to be great. And then they just ripped it out, dude, for the dumbest ass reason like I've ever seen in video gaming. Now, my memory is also somewhat of a goldfish because I am old and there's not a lot of hard drive space up there. But off the top of my head, I can't remember anything dumber from Ubisoft, and they've pulled some fucking winners. But like,
I mean, they have downgraded a lot of games. So.
Oh, the timing is so bad, dude. Like you do that shit with like. What? How do you put Hyperscape through and think that's gonna work? How do you think Rainbow Six Extraction is gonna work? On the surface, everybody's like, these games aren't gonna work.
Rainbow Six Extraction was just a glorified DLC.
And then the Ghost Recon BR that we were like excited to try out, they canceled that one.
I was bummed about that.
I guess the key is if you want to play it, you see an Ubisoft game that's announced and you want to play it, just don't talk about it, because if you get excited, they'll cancel it in favor of something.
Well, and again, you go back to the thing where it's like it's because we were able to get our hands on it for a bit with the closed beta. Like it felt really good. It felt almost complete. I mean, of course, there were some issues with every playtest, but that's what makes it hurt the worst. Because, like, you know, I mean, I think there was some internal playtest for that BR, but nothing on the scale of, you know, what this was. So and then they went radio silent on it for a while, and we were just wondering what's going on. And then the whole like is it Indonesia? Was Taiwan, it or Taiwan? Taiwan, Yep. And then they got their rating in Taiwan, so it's like plus that. Like there was just so many like signs that it was coming out, and then just out of nowhere.
It wasn't on my bingo
For
card, man.
XDefiant. No, I would have lost. I would have, not collected,
Dang it, man.
anything. But yeah,
I thought Ubisoft's been going downhill for a while. I feel like every time, and we'll see. There's
every week it seems like
the Ubi Forward coming up will be interesting. I just feel like these Xbox showcases that are like all extravagant, and the summer game fest is all crazy, and like the last Ubi Forward was in like a rundown abandoned high school auditorium, and you just start to feel like things aren't going good for old Eve Guillermo over there.
Yeah. And then you got the whole like controversy of like the new Assassin's Creed game coming out, which I don't think is that much of a controversy in my opinion.
I don't really care
so
about it. I mean, it's just, is the game good or not?
It's not an FPS. It's not an FPS game. So
not really. What is the controversy that he's a samurai, but he's
the samurai is black. Yeah, that's like the biggest controversy. It's like they're not sticking to historical context. When did they ever stick to historical? I mean, it's been inspired. It's got elements of
we got bigger
history.
Fish to fry.
But the fact that I'm
to worry about.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck if Japan comes after me. Screw him. But yet, put Tom Cruise in front of it as a samurai. Everyone loves that.
that's true.
Yeah, there was Black Samurai too. There was Black Samurai. That's the thing too.
Yeah, it's true story. Yeah.
I think the one that they based it off was actually true. So it's like, maybe it was done at the wrong time. Sure, maybe, I don't care. But look, is it going to be a good game?
That's it.
Hopefully,
it'll be fine.
That's all I care about. Exactly.
That's all we care about.
You want to get to jump off a giant tower into a haystack or a pile of
great movie,
cherry blossoms? I don't know. I mean, that'd be horrible to fall into a pile of cherry blossoms and hit the ground. But
dude, this is what Ubisoft is doing to me. I'm gonna have to take a drink of whiskey. I gotta calm down.
Regardless if it was historically correct or not, it's a video game. Like, no,
I don't care. I don't care in the least bit about Assassin's Creed.
So
I really am bummed about Division Heartland.
But I think because of what Division Heartland did, everyone's kind of like, screw Ubisoft and just trying to find any way to kind of just, pick up your pitchforks and torches and stuff. So, I mean, Ubisoft for a very long time has been going downhill. I think ever since the first Division, and people might disagree with that, but like the Division was a letdown at the beginning. People kind of tend to forget that sometimes, that like when the Division 1 first released, it was released to like horrible acclaim. Like so many things are broken to fit. It got downgraded to shit. Like everything about it was just, broken. Then it finally got better after a couple DLCs and stuff like that. And it's.
Do you ever go back and watch that trailer?
Yeah, I did actually. Dude, when I was talking about, I made a video about the Division 3, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is a completely different game."
I feel
this is.
Am I not mistaken? Am I thinking of the right one? The Division 1 trailer was insane. It was so awesome.
I remember that trailer. It was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. It's like one of my top 5 trailers, probably. Battlefield 1 and that one are probably like my 2 favorites.
Mm-hmm.
And then what was it? And then like when Rainbow Six Siege first came out, and that was after another canceled game, Patriots, Yeah. Rainbow Six Patriots was supposed to be like a really hardcore, gritty, story-driven terrorists are coming after United States kind of game,
Yeah, and that got canceled. Like I know there was some gameplay, and some of that's still out there. You can find
was like
one of the.
I don't know if that was
mission.
I don't know if that was like actual gameplay. I think that was like pre-rendered,
like concept
a little bit. Yeah, concept stuff. But still, like, I mean, the fact of like you were, a dude with a suicide vest on your chest, and you're like, don't shoot me, I'm friendly, because you were like taken hostage and shit like that. And there is, and then go look at and then people always showcase it like that. Go look at the Rainbow Six Siege initial launch trailer with like them like landing on the roof of the house with like the helicopter spotlight, and all the fake comms that they always put into every Ubisoft trailer of like real players talking tactically, and it's just like, guys, we know these are the devs. We know these are just guys internally talking to each other.
I remember that.
You know, and it's like, you guys want to go in through the window? No, we should take the back alley. Okay, roger that. Tack, over and out. It's just,
yeah.
And then you know, and then it's like, that's not at all what happens in Siege now. Like, there's no like rappelling from a helicopter.
No.
You know, it's all, you know, operator stuff. But again, it's a good game now. I think Rainbow Six Siege became a good game in its own way. Like, it's not at all what people expected from, like, because this is like Tom Clancy. Like, you put Tom Clancy's name on it back in the day, you know, it was gonna be something more visceral, more gritty, more real, you know. So, and then that's why Division 1 was kind of a disappointment for people, so on and so forth. So
yeah, nah, man, it's just like, I guess we need to keep in mind, right, guys? At the end of the day, Ubisoft Forward's coming up. If you see a game that you like, don't get excited, because it has a 64.3% chance to get canceled.
Change the channel.
So basically, if there's something on Ubi Forward you're excited about, do not get your hopes up, because it probably won't make it to the finish line, unless it's just the absolute cringiest, terrible game, Skull and Bones, that you can ever think of. Then they'll see that baby through all 10 years of development and a season 2, baby.
Oh yeah.
Don't even
Can't
worry about it. It's gonna be great. So
Skull and Bones could have been so good.
Along those lines, I guess, Ubisoft launches XDefiant tomorrow. Another question. Let me pose a question to my beloved co-host. Why, if the game is free to play, already launched, and it's ready to come out, why do they need to bring Red Storm on to help with XDefiant? Because the game has been developed on, it's been tested on, it's been iterated on. It shouldn't need that much more development, and they already have the post-launch maps planned and done. Like, what are we doing?
Listen, there's some things in life that I just can't answer.
Skins? More skins? Like, do they need help making more skins?
Who knows what they're doing? And
I don't know what they're doing, man.
I'm really interested to see what this turns out like tomorrow when it launches.
You know what? And like, and I mentioned it in your stream too, Crash. I was like, as much as I want to hate on XDefiant, and especially it's well-deserved hate, in my opinion, but I still think, and you mentioned it as well too on your stream, that it might do well on console, just enough for them to justify them keeping it going. You know, heck, it might become one of those things where it gets better over time. I'm not holding my breath for that, but at the same time, like, it's gonna be an alternative if it works. Of course, if it's actually a playable game. You know, if it's somewhat decent, they're going to put out skins. People are going to buy them because it's a free to play game. The skins are going to cost like $20 for, you know, one operator. And then you want a skin on your weapon. That's another 10, $15 there. So they've already made their money back from just a couple people, you know, we'll see. I
kind of hope it does follow along with Rainbow Six, because I actually like their monetization model in Siege. There are a lot of really cool cosmetics you can unlock with Renown that you earn in game, and you can really customize the shit out of everything. But if you want like the super elite ones, like, they're kind of expensive. So, which is fine. Like, I've never bought one, to be honest. So, and was
there ever really a need to?
No, they're just really cool. And like, if you want to support the game, and even though I don't get to play Siege as much as I kind of would want to, I still buy the battle pass every year, because they still are like constantly making changes.
Yeah, they're doing a good job with that,
and I appreciate it. So I'll buy that thing. But and I did get through this season, which is sweet. But I get it for the people that's their only game and want to support, because like, all the maps, all the gameplay, all the operators, like, all that stuff they've been doing getting close to year 10 has been free. Like, you can earn in game. Like, the maps are free, and the operators you can earn with playtime, and it doesn't take that long to get them. Like, if you save your Renown through a season, by the time the next operator comes out, you can buy that op, like, on release. So it's what, dude,
I'm just like, I've seen this and seen where, like, what was that other, and I don't, the fact that I don't remember that name, there was another FPS game that came out that was actually pretty decent that died recently. I think it started with an S.
Was it Modern?
Yeah.
Which one? What'd you say, Buff?
I think it was no, it was Shatterline. I believe it was Shatterline.
Okay.
You know, and like that, you know, apparently was good at the moment, and then it just I think it's gone, right? No, it's actually still on Steam. Okay.
Yeah,
Sitting at mixed reviews now, but
I remember that. Yeah. Okay.
how do we think that this will do, like XDefiant? I think it's toast on PC, at least for a while. Do you think they'll be like, oh, now we're gonna release it on Steam? Because like you can get Rainbow Six and other Ubisoft games on Steam. It seems like a huge mistake not releasing it on Steam.
I mean, is Rainbow Six Siege on Steam?
Yeah.
But is it like on Steam, or is it like it opens up another launcher?
It opens up the
Like
Kinect launcher in the background.
Yeah, so it's like still, you know, it's like it might not be directly through it, but it's still another launcher that we need to install, most likely, if you don't have it in the first place.
Steam installs it in the background and you don't really ever see it per se.
Okay, that's not as bad, you know.
Yeah. It's like if you get, I'm pretty sure I have it on Uplay Connect. I'm always a person like I go to the source for games, so just to eliminate like one less step of possible screw up. So I get my Call of Duty on Battle.net. I get my Ubisoft stuff on Uplay. Like I go right to the.
Yeah, I mean that's another thing. Like Call of Duty, how popular that is on PC, and that's not stopping anyone. You know,
it's on Steam too.
A different. Yeah, but people probably have you know gone through Battle.net as well too, and you know it's probably. I mean, Battle.net. Can we see the Battle.net numbers? Probably not. So
I don't think so.
No.
But man, yeah, I think it's a huge mistake. It might come later. I feel like they could do it later. But as far as, I think that's going to be a tough sell on PC, and then as well as console doesn't have as much competition, and a lot of people play Call of Duty, and this is like the time of year, and you could talk about the delays and stuff, but this is even though it's like the third year of us saying this, it is a good time to release because it's kind of like we're on the dip of the COD cycle, right? Like people are tired of it.
Yeah,
they've talked about Black Ops 6, baby.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Can't wait to Gulf War stuff. Yeah, no, I think it's, again, I don't think it's gonna, well, I'm not a fortune teller, but I don't think it's gonna flop on console. PC might be a different story, but
I mean, I guess we can take
skins and bundles are gonna keep it up.
You think it's gonna make a year too? Because they have the years of content planned for post launch, so I would think they would at least get through that. Do you think they'll keep the servers up into year 2?
It's like I want to say yes, but then I think about Hyperscape and how quickly that was shut down as well too. But then again, Hyperscape was like a new IP.
That was so bad too, dude.
That was so quick.
It was so bad.
It was really bad. It didn't look good at all.
Like there was nothing about that.
There was you know, so many creators hyping it up like crazy
that got paid to stream it.
Yeah, so you know what? The marketing behind XDefiant is probably gonna kick up more after releases. Might see some more stuff. So there might be some. I mean, definitely you're gonna see a bunch of big streamers, big YouTubers play it and showcase it. And if it's any sort of good, it's gonna stay up for a second year.
Yeah,
it's gonna stay up for a season 2.
I should have done my research. I'm a bad journalist, but I should have seen. Is there gonna be? I don't know if the ranked mode is at launch. There's gonna be a ranked mode. That'll keep players going. My other big mistake, I said this last week, but not having an S&D mode is so dumb. They might add it later as content to bring people back. I know sometimes they trickle feed this stuff, and they said an S&D mode is coming, so that might be like a marquee season feature in another season. I could see that, but I mean,
there's so many other cool arcade games that are like, think about like the Finals, for instance. Like that's such a better arcade shooter that has destructible environments, and it's doing bad? Dying.
Yeah,
it's dying. Yeah, I think what was it like when it first launched? It was like over 200,000 players or something like that, 300 maybe. It was close. It was close, and then I think now, what's it at now? Actually,
the Finals. Oh,
the Finals on Steam charts.
I can pull it up.
11,000 playing 3 minutes ago. 11,360, 16,000 24-hour peak. It
Jeez.
has dropped exponentially.
Dude. Yeah.
That was a 50% drop just 1 month after it released, about, and then another 58% drop a month after that, and then just slowly drop after drop after drop.
That, but not that much.
That's pretty big. That's pretty big.
That's a big drop.
I never got into that. Like, I tried to play it, and I always, with the finals, it's so interesting. I always respected that game, like, so much. Like, I was like, man, they did some cool shit with this game, and it's different and fresh. But the game mode, and it was like, especially at launch, there's only
it's the same one over and over again. Exactly.
It did not hit with me.
Yeah.
I feel like there were so many cool things you could do in that game with the destruction, with all the gadgets, with how you could, you could play the different loadouts with your team and like work together on stuff. But the game mode was constantly go, 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 push, 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 that you never got time to set anything up. Like, there's so much of the game you don't even get to play because it's too fast and crazy, and you don't get to like use any of the cool strats that are in there. It would be cool to see like an extraction mode or something that slows it down just a little bit so we could see some like cool and intelligent plays. But
actually set up defenses and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, skills shine through in this game. Don't get me wrong, and it's impressive what they did with destruction and the graphics, and it ran pretty good and all that.
I think they made enough though to like continue on and then work on whatever next title they could work on. Because it is ex-Battlefield devs. Yeah, that too. And Arc Raiders is going to be that slower paced,
But where the hell is it?
Experience. And that's dude. Yeah, that's another game. It's gonna get canceled. Watch. It's because we said something.
Is the finals doing? Oh yeah, I'm excited for Arc Raiders. So let's cancel that. Crash wants to play it. Let's get rid of that.
Really, your fault, Crash. I think.
I'm not surprised, dude. That's how life works for me, dude. But I mean, yeah, like XDefiant is gonna launch with nothing new. It's a Call of Duty clone. The thing that is going to help is, so it's like, if we break this down, like, plus side is it's the low point in the COD cycle. The other plus side is they're really touting and made a whole post about how there's no skill-based matchmaking in the casual modes. So people are excited to try that. I think there's a lack of competition on console that'll help it do well there. On the flip side, it's a Call of Duty clone with nothing new to offer right now. It plays a lot like Black Ops 4 with the heroes. Then you have not launching on Steam on PC and no S&D mode, and it's just so frustrating to me. And I guess S&D will come and it might pop off and do great then, but it's like, if you look at all
there is also no ranked mode on launch too,
if you look at all the successful arena shooters, they're all bomb mode: Valorant, CS:GO, Rainbow Six. Like, yeah,
you mentioned that a lot too, so it makes sense. Makes sense,
I'm a broken record over here.
Those crazy moments of just the 1v2 bombs planted, timers ticking down.
Ooh.
Nice.
Thanks, Ubisoft, for making me drink on a Monday evening. But we'll see tomorrow. For those of you amped and excited, you can preload. Gmail Nexus, thank you for the £5. I appreciate that. Thank you, and thank you, Woo, at the beginning of the stream for the super chat. Appreciate you guys for the support. Thank you guys so much. But yeah, dude, it's available to preload now if you're chomping at the bit to play XDefiant, to play game modes you've never played before, like TDM, Domination, and Hardpoint.
Yay!
Oh, and Escort. That's from the Black Ops series. So
yeah,
even more playing like the hero shooter Black Ops games. So Ubisoft did post like a marketing tweet. And it said, or XDefiant did, who needs a doctor's note to get off to play tomorrow? And I said, your servers need a doctor's note.
Hey-o. That's a good one.
Got him. Because it's going to be netcode and matchmaking was like, what we heard was the whole delay for like the last year.
Yeah.
So
dude.
like
now you're opening it up to the masses
to see it. Boom! It's free. Everybody hop in. We'll see. Because even in the most recent server stress playtest, hit reg was bad. It was real bad. So we'll see. Are you guys gonna play it?
No.
No.
Sweet. I think I'll devote one Twitch stream to it. That's the best I can do.
Yeah,
I mean,
I was
I could-
interested
yeah.
during the beta phase, but then like it just kept getting. Every time it came out for like test, everyone was just saying it's so bad, the servers don't work, and then I just wouldn't play. So my eagerness is long gone.
We tried.
He's got a PC now. All right, he's part of the PC master race. Who
Yeah,
cares about these
he doesn't have
console
time for this.
games?
I'm just better than everyone now. Indeed, indubitably, gentlemen. Yes.
Oh man, I don't really have weird Crash isn't prepared wild. Who would have thought that?
Blame the production team.
It's the production team. I mean,
Yeah, I mean the
Someone needs
production
to
They
team
were
is the
slacking.
production team.
They were drinking. They were drinking this weekend, and
They were. Yes, they were. So that's on them. But I just kind of wanted to talk about the whole like Tarkov, Gray Zone, Arena Breakout, and any other extraction shooters, like how it's doing great, and like the latest with like Arena Breakout and the Tarkov drama is so Nikita is just like posting even more like models and saying they're the exact copy, and I'm so frustrated with the laziness of it, dude. Like they're not even exactly the same, and they're not even labeled. Like he doesn't even take the time to like label the tweet or explain how he got them.
Yeah,
or
like
anything.
this is Tarkov.
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
Arena Breakout. It's just two pictures side by side. You decide which one's which.
And there's just like no context to any of it. It doesn't prove anything. It's just literally.
I still
gray
don't
and
get-
old pictures.
Like he even said that Tarkov just wasn't meant for the PvE experience, and then he sells a PvE experience for $250. Like I still don't. First of all, I still don't get that. That's why he was upset at SP Tarkov. The second thing, now he put like now there's like this. He posted a tweet where it was like mortar like rounds incoming.
Oh,
like
yeah,
I guess now that's gonna be some kind of call in. I guess I don't know if that's for the PvE mode or the PvP mode.
That's for the new Unfathomable edition. It's $380.
That's unfathomable. Unfathomable. Without fathom.
Yeah.
Without
This-
fathom.
This is for the
It's
true
so crazy though,
believers.
like how. But I saw like how many people were pissed off at Nikita during that time, and then immediately went and turned around and like started playing Tarkov again and
Oh yeah.
showcasing. It's just, it blows my mind. It blows my absolute mind.
I get it from a content creator standpoint, like if that's how you like feed your family and stuff.
I mean, if that's like the only game you cover, I guess, but still, like,
Yeah. It sucks.
I mean, but then it's like, they want to go and play Arena Breakout, but Arena Breakout still doesn't have like, I mean, don't get me wrong, like it's great. I think it runs great, but I don't think there's a lot of content as much as there would be right now until
Man, I
a couple
feel like-
years later. But it's also like Tarkov's got how many years on top of every other extraction game, but it also took them since 2016 to figure this shit out and then ruin it. So it's just like you
Dude,
go look at, there's so many things from alpha version of Tarkov that was in the game that got taken out. That was so cool. So it's just,
I think the content in Arena Breakout is with the replayability of the PvP. Even though there's two maps, like it's so much PvP, you're fighting other humans that like the gunfights and the raids play out really differently. And the AI is like really good in that game. Like I've been fooled a couple times, like thinking it's a player. And it wasn't. So they definitely didn't copy the AI from Tarkov, I'll tell you that.
that's
but-
the thing. Everyone's like, "Oh, you copied the code from Tarkov. Okay, then why doesn't it play like Tarkov? Why isn't it like just like a buggy mess the entire time?"
But there's so much more to Arena Breakout like that I was impressed with. And then there's gonna be like 5 or 6 maps total, the same ones that are on mobile, and then they're adding like really cool features like you'll be able to spectate your squad mates if you die, which is awesome. So like especially like if I'm streaming and I die, I can still just like spectate and talk to chat and stuff. I'm not just back at the menu.
You're not just hearing the firefight. Yeah.
right.
Exactly.
And then there's so like, and just Arena Breakout is all about that PvP aspect and making money from PvP and selling stuff. And like, it's not about grinding for progression. You can just get in, start making money, start building guns and competing like without playing for 500 hours.
Right away.
I'm seeing a lot of SP Tarkov content coming out though because of all this stuff, which is really cool to see. And there's a lot of cool mods for it. So, but
did they quit? Did Nikita quit DMCA in that then?
Or I think for now, because there's just so many creators talking about it and posting videos, I think it's like just too much for him and his team to go after all of them. Plus, Clean showcased it on his channel. It's still up on his channel.
They
he
said
streamed
it was okay.
it.
He got permission.
You know, so yeah, but it's like, first of all, to give permission, quote unquote, to do something like that is kind of scummy. And then the fact that, of course, that he said during that leaked interview, again, I don't know if that interview was legit still. I still see it as like a trust me bro kind of source. But the whole thing of like, you know, let them be for now. If that's any, and it's like, I don't see why he wouldn't say that. It's Nikita after all. So I feel like if things kind of settle down and people may forget about the Unheard Edition, he might start going after SP Tarkov stuff. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's been wild. And then like Nikita's been like super active on Twitter now. So he's been like listening to people and replying to people. And they did the event they took out Found and Raid because people wanted to try it, and they're trying different stuff that the community. They did all kind. They took down inertia. They upped speed. They lowered or they upped the stamina and all this stuff that people wanted to try. And he's just like being super responsive now. And then he tweeted, guys, it's bullshit. Just because I'm tweeting doesn't mean we're just now working on the game. We always have been. It's like not what it feels like. It feels like you're a little nervous, man. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely.
That's
like showing like that video of just like, you know, just some random work. Look at us randomly working on the game. La da da da. It's like you should have been working on it the entire time. Like, why are we just getting these tweets now? Exactly. You know, it's just
exactly what Rain says.
Yeah, where was this 5 years ago? And the thing was, when the game first came out back then, it was sort of like this. There was a lot of, you know, in development screenshots and videos and, you know, trailers and teasers and dev blogs and stuff like that. And then it just stopped for a while. And it got less, well, not stopped, but it got less and less. And then, you know, people were paying more and more money. So
and then with the Unheard Of, Arena Breakout, all that stuff, Gray Zone's in an interesting spot right now.
I saw your video. It was just like the patch and whatnot.
Yeah, man, it's crazy because, and I guess my night raid video confused some people and were like thinking that like
some people thought it was legit.
Yeah, and like thought that
which is good editing on your part. Just saying, like,
I guess I'll take it as a compliment, but it also confused some people. So if you guys don't know, I've never done this before. I've actually like never made like a gameplay, like artistic storytelling type video. But I tried to like immersion raid through clearing out the sawmill and getting intel at the sawmill. But I color graded the footage to look like night and night vision. And because we know that night vision and all that day-night cycle and weather and stuff is coming to Gray Zone soon, or not soon, but in the next major patch, which is probably a few months from now. So people thought it was real, and they think that this patch that's supposed to drop this week is
that's what it's gonna look like. Yeah,
it's not.
It's so funny because they were like, man, night vision. If they're using, you know, monocular night vision, like they should have the tubes. It's not shouldn't be a full screen NVG setting. It's like, guys, it's fake.
It's not real.
Relax.
I literally put simulated gameplay, simulated night. The first word in the title is simulated. The very first word. I didn't nail it. I tried to make it like it. Yeah, I don't know. It's impossible to get it to look perfect, you know. So I just kind of try to get it close. And there's definitely some things where you can see it's like, no, that's not right. With like the shadows and stuff. But I did the best I could, guys. I fooled somebody, so I fooled some people, so I'll take it. But Gray Zone is in a really weird spot. I'm seeing a lot of people negative on the game and saying that it needs a content drop and it's a dead game. They're gonna quit playing it and uninstall it. And I have two thoughts on it. It's like, I get that some of the quests are pretty repetitive, where it's like kill 20 people, kill the boss, go to the next town, get the intel. But at the same time, like all the towns and stuff are different. The PvP is like emergent and can happen anytime. There's 150 quests. Like, most people can't be done with that.
Some people have, which is insane. I think it's also like people need to be. It's a game that you need to be in it for the long haul. It's not, it didn't release 1.0. Yeah, so. That's why I'm just, I'm waiting until they get that solid foundation and maybe like a few content drops to see, because I right now, from what I've seen, like the story isn't really fully fleshed out right now. Like, you can, if you read some of the quests and start reading some of that and looking around to see, you can kind of start coming up with your own like ideas of what happened, but not really. It's really still up in the air. Who knows what happened? This is me coming from like a story standpoint. From a gameplay perspective, there's things that still need to be fixed. But I'm in it for the long haul. I will wait until it's a little bit more future complete ish, and go from there. So I'm not saying this game's dead. There's no, if it's still being actively developed, it's not a dead game.
Yeah. So. And I think that's what you're gonna see with the game. I think over the next few months, I think player numbers will probably get pretty low, but when you get that next content drop and it wipes and you have day night and maybe some new guns and stuff, I think people will come back. I think people will come back on every content drop, and more will stay afterwards. But
that's kind of how it always is.
Yeah. I get it. Like, this early of an access game is definitely not for everybody. But it I don't know. I really like what's there and can see the potential, and it's tough for me too. I get it. It's tough to be patient when you see what could be, down the road. It's like, give me this now. Like, I want to play all this stuff.
Oh, you're so frustrated. Exactly.
But so I did in a roundabout way. They retweeted my clip where I said they have to build the foundation first. Like, the first thing they have to do is they have to get this AI sorted out. They have to get optimization so more people can play stability, and that's like their main thing with this first patch. And I guess they already have like feature lists and fix lists for patches 2 and 3 already that they're working on too. So they're cranking away at it. But for the first little while here, you're gonna see, like Blue said, they need to fix. Like, you're gonna see optimization stuff. You're gonna be stability stuff. They're working on some of the exploits. They're also working on the crashing, to where if they fixed like a ton of different crash things that'll happen, no pun intended with my name, but they are making it to try to ensure that if you do crash, you don't lose your quest progression and your gear and stuff, because that's so frustrating, man. I get it.
Yeah, seeing that, and then like that grenade bug that's able to kill players in the safe zones, well, not safe zones, but in your friendly areas. And then I did see the one really funny one where I guess if you jump on top of a grenade that's thrown at the perfect amount of time, you just start flying away randomly. I saw
that too.
Yeah, some guy hilarious. Just went to like the top of the map and saw everything.
That was crazy.
That was funny. That was funny to watch. There's bugs like that in every game. There's like little exploits like that, but
dude, to see the whole map was kind of wild. Like, to see like how far it went out with like the mountains and stuff was like,
it was cool to see that. Yeah, it's like I was trying to like look at the middle. Look at the middle. Do you see anything in the middle? No. Look at ground zero. Look at ground zero. But I don't think there's anything there, to be honest.
Not yet. I think they have it. Yeah, like he was saying on the podcast, like they are building that out right now, like the ground zero stuff and blocking it out. So,
but yeah, no, again, it's even with all their issues, people are still playing it. I still think it needs a little bit more time till I get back into it myself. I just really want to see more optimization and better AI. It's very frustrating when I get into like a firefight with AI and they just won't die. I think what was it recently? I saw my buddy Justin. Yeah, just laying into one, just shot after shot after shot. One tap turns around right through the chest, like dead center.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
Yep.
that.
They got to
And
continue
he's like,
working on
that's
that.
you know what, I'm done. Yeah.
Those
So he
things-
was.
That's so frustrating.
Yeah, it's
Very
I've had it
frustrating,
happen
yeah.
several times. It's I also got killed when the boss at the bunker spawned in the wall. So I could see his gun barrel sticking out of the wall, and I dumped a mag into the wall, and he one tapped me, but he was in the wall, so it was fine.
Yeah.
So
know.
that stuff's happening. I expect some of those things with early access for sure. But I will say with each patch, like even the hot fixes, the AI's gotten a little bit better and better. Like at the creator playtest, it was like they were all ultra spongy. And now I feel like the AI feel pretty decent for the most part if you're using 5.56, like if you're using an M4. But I got kind of bored of using the same ammo and gun and stuff, so I switched to using the 5.45 AKs. And you get a lot more spongy AI using that one.
Yeah, which is like, I don't know, the ballistics between 5.56, 5.45. That was like the reason why 5.45 was made, I believe, if I remember correctly, to like combat. Really, it was just I think Russia wanted to find a caliber that just wasn't as bulky, walking around with 7.62 by 39. So there are some similarities, I believe, between. It depends on the grain and what kind of specific round of 5.45 compared to 5.56, but.
I thought the 5.45, and Buff can probably correct me, I thought it was kind of designed to be more like a pin ammo for like going through armor. Like,
I mean, it's armor 39.
It's the same purpose as the 5.56 by 45, because the Russians, they only had the 7.62 by 39, which is that intermediary cartridge essentially. So going to a smaller bullet that does, they call the 5.45 I think the poison dart or something, because it does the same thing as a 5.56 essentially. Is when it hits, it tumbles and causes more internal damage. So really, with the 7.62 by 39, it's gonna pen through, but it's gonna go clean through. So it'll drop you. It'll drop you, but you'll get back up. But with the 5.45, same with the 5.56, it's gonna do more internal damage and take the enemy out of the fight.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Gray Zone is just like, it's gonna be a marathon. I really do.
Yeah, I'm hoping it doesn't take too long either, because
I think I'm thinking like within the couple content patches, and then you have like balancing, bug fixing, and optimization patches in between. Like every week or two, like every couple weeks, you get more optimization and bug fixes and stuff. And then at a 6-month mark, you get some content like a wipe, new guns, day-night cycle, weather. I think that's going to be a pretty decent pace. I don't think you could expect much more than that's what even though I do want much more, I want it to be faster. But
I can see. I mean, let's give it a year and we'll see. That's when it will be like, wow, what a hopefully we'll be saying what a different game, what a better game.
Yeah, and I mean that kind of does make sense, because they built the whole thing as it stands now. Like they built the whole map in about a year, so you would think they could get it like quite a ways in another year, which is what I'm excited about. And in the meantime, like it's been great. Like you guys have probably seen, like a lot of the longtime listeners and watchers have seen like the evolution of Crash, where I've like kind of been out on extraction shooters. Like I don't get the end game to where
you never really cared for them.
Yeah. Now there's like enough of them where like Gray Zone kind of sucked me in, and I really enjoyed it. And then it's like, if I get like one tap by a scav or some kind of bug irritates me, I can go play like Arena Breakout, or I still have like Incursion Red River to try. And this is kind of going to be potentially my next video. Is like, we don't need Tarkov anymore, man. Like you got Incursion, you're gonna have Road to Vostok if you want single player experience. You got Arena Breakout for like true blue PvP, and then Gray Zone, you can play it PvE or PvP co-op.
Yeah,
like there's just enough. And right now I think Gray Zone, like you could see those, honestly you could see like Arena Breakout and some of these other extraction shooters as competition with each other, but for me they are almost like a stack, like a perfect stack of games to play and rotate through while they're
I mean, and also, and this is and we talked about it before the stream started, a little insider information. We Incursion will be getting an update Wednesday. So
nice. Yeah, dude.
Whoa.
I was watching this Justin, our community buddy here, play that he was streaming it. And like that's one I still haven't been able to try out, but I'm pumped. I mean, I was watching him play and like just the weapons, the firing range, everything. It looks super fun. So that just to echo what you said, Crash.
Tomorrow there'll be a video coming out
nice
showing off more AK attachments and stuff. So well, not gonna give away too much.
Okay. But I mean, that's great. Like you just said, Crash. We went from having like there went from being Tarkov and unsupported DMZ. And now we have so many options. Like
Tarkov was the only option.
Yeah, and I haven't even tried Gray Zone yet. I haven't been able to try Incursion yet. So like, dude, this is a great time to be a gamer. You have a lot of options right now. It's good stuff.
Yep. Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah. No kidding.
Yeah. Seriously.
Like finally. And
now there's too much because now I gotta get back into Star Citizen as well too. That's another game that kind of kicked off out of nowhere.
There's been a lot of people playing it. What happened?
Dude, an update 3.23, I believe. The hype was kind of like after CitizenCon, after they were like, oh, Squadron 42 is feature complete, which is their like single player and stuff like that. And when they were showcasing that, they brought in a lot of the elements from like the UI to the inventory system to the star map. They brought it into their persistent universe, which is like their open world stuff. So there's also like a new system you can go to. It still runs horribly for a lot of people. Optimization is just out the window for that. You be happy with 30 FPS in that game, seriously.
Nice.
But it's crazy seeing, like, I think Shroud actually mentioned it today that oh my gosh, I got to see the tweet. Actually, I'm surprised I never even mentioned that, because he was playing it, Clean was playing it, Summit was playing it. A lot of people were playing it, and I believe, what did he say? Did he delete the tweet? No way. Well, the internet never forgets, and Dexerto retweeted it. Oh no, where is it? But basically, I think he was like, these are the people that are brainwashed. And then it was like, oh yeah, here we go. So, or Shroud mentioned, he goes, I feel like the community has been brainwashed, Shroud said after the Star Citizen community, after the game's 12 years of development. And then of course people are like, oh, the 5 million players have to say otherwise. And it's just like, yeah, but also, sorry, be honest, boys. Like, there's a lot of people that downloaded the game, played it for an hour, and left. Like, and that counts as one player. So that doesn't count. I wonder how many like active players. There's probably still a ton of active players. I'll be honest. Like, out of that 5 million, you take 5%. That's still a crap ton of players, more than some games nowadays. And it's still horribly unoptimized. It's taking forever for development. There are a lot of Arena Commander stuff, which is like their multiplayer, like choose your own game mode. So you got like your TDM, you get your tank versus tank battle, you got your aerial battles, you got your wave survival. So it's there's a lot of stuff to do. But yeah, that's just another game where it's just like, we're just gonna have to wait and see. I guess maybe another couple $1,000,000, and maybe it'll get to 4.0. Like,
yeah, just a few million.
Just,
no big deal.
Just a small loan of $10 million. So
piece of cake.
Yeah, easy money. Which, I mean, people are spending 20 grand on that game, so it probably is easy money for them. People are spending money for pictures of ships. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get crapped on by the Star Citizen community, because as much as I'll talk crap about it, I'll play and I have fun. Like, it's fun. It's like it's funny enough. The Summit 1G mentioned it. It's kind of like Sea of Thieves, but in space, where it's like 90% just flying around, waiting, checking out stuff, and then 10% just insane space battle, firefight, PvP, and then back to like the 90%, just like, all right, licking your wounds, looting. They got like a really quick loot animation now too, so it's a lot easier to loot other players and NPCs as well. So, that's just another game that I got to try as well too. Again, there's so many other games now. I still haven't tried Arena Breakout. I gotta check out Deadside as well too. Still, I just recently put out a server. They put out, you know, prone and sleeping bags, and there's like hardcore survival now. There's
Jeez.
It's insane with Deadside, man. It's gotten better and better. They got a new like M4 carbine, you know, they call it like the AR4M, you know, it's very random letters almost, but and then yeah, and then they finally showcased like they've been talking about vehicles for a while, but they showcased their two-seater motorcycle that's coming out.
Oh,
So
neat.
they got that, and there's gonna be a four-seater car. So there's gonna, you know, the vehicles coming.
man.
It's there's so many games that are popping off, man. It just took a couple years, I guess, you know.
Yeah, I'll have to
So-
do like my once a year Deadside playthrough where I just
Yeah,
build a
I think-
sick base.
And that's and just real quick to answer like Fennec's question, I think like the game loop of Deadside is like kind of, you need to be in that type of game. Like DayZ also came out with another map as well too. Rust, I don't know if you guys ever played Rust.
I did
Rust
not.
has been
I've
killing
watched
it.
it though. I've watched it.
Dude,
Yeah.
Rust has been killing it in the terms. I'm surprised you. I mean, maybe you could try it out too, Crash. Like that. It's a lot more intense. There's a lot more building and whatnot, but there's a lot of shooting as well too. You know,
I don't know. Rust seems like
it can be very toxic as well too.
yeah. Well, it
But
just
it is
seems
one of the more
intimidating.
toxic player bases. It is very intimidating. I got like 300 hours in it though. Like for some reason, like this, once I got into it, I couldn't stop. So, but it's kind of like, you know, any game like that, you get to the best gear, and then that's it. That's kind of like the issue for me when it comes to those games, and then the server wipes or your base gets destroyed and you start again. You know, that's kind of the whole game loop in that term, in that aspect. So, yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff. A lot of cool stuff to play now. So,
Yeah.
Hey,
Have
that's
you heard
Lowe's
anything?
video.
Someone in the chat was asking if you've heard anything about Beautiful Light.
no, that's another game I'm still waiting on. I keep seeing like a lot of their development tweets, you know, and I'll see like now there's a storm that's gonna happen during raids that basically forces everyone inside. So it'll be like everyone's walking around, stuff like that. It's almost like an emission from Stalker, where there's like a wave that happens through the map, and basically everyone needs to go inside. So if you're outside and there's a team next to you and you're fighting, you can either finish the fight and maybe try to survive, or get into a building, everyone stops. Or if you're like in that bunker, for instance, you know, you go there and you have to fight. Now a bunch of players get swarmed into the bunker as well too. And there's also, you know, creatures of the night and a player anomaly that also runs around that can use that for their
Jeez.
advantage. There's so many aspects of that game. So there's a lot of interesting things. But again, that's another game where it's like I'm waiting as well. There's it's game's still in development. It's still taking a while. I'm letting them take their time though. I think that's kind of just the thing about early access, man. It's just we're here for the long run, but at the same time, when it does feel good when you finally see a game come to fruition after, you know, 3, 4, 5 years sometimes. So
I feel like we have enough now that are like in a playable state that you can kind of like,
you can switch between.
yeah,
That's
you
the
can
thing.
like move around.
Yeah, exactly. But so many games to play, so little time.
Yeah, that's a fact. I still got to make time for American Truck Simulator.
The best game ever.
It's the best. It's the game of the year.
I did see recently too, Farming Simulator, like
It's out there. Yeah.
come out with some stuff, and I was like looking at it, and I was like, damn, you can like drive around and like choose like plots of land and buy a house
Oh
and
hell yeah.
buy equipment and stuff like that. I was like, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool, actually. Like, I
Dude,
could see
it's-
me playing that a little
It'd be
bit.
such
Like,
a chill vibe playing that, man. Like plowing your fields and growing shit and like, yeah, just getting it done. I miss farming in real life, man. I grew up on a farm. I miss that shit. I used to love driving the tractor and cutting wheat and all that shit. Good time. Yeah, but American Truck Sim just released the Nebraska DLC, so I was trucking across Nebraska on Thursday night, man. It was sweet.
heck yeah. I saw, dude, I saw when you were driving, and I saw like the Lennar home builder sign, and I was like, oh, gee.
Mhm. I got the real companies and like gas stations and billboards mod. So
it makes it so much better. Just that one aspect.
it is,
you
yeah.
know,
It's
makes
like
it more
instead of
immersive.
driving by some no-name
Super
thing,
immersive.
it's like there's a Whataburger or like there's an In-N-Out or like Burger King or
Mhm,
Home
Do
Depot.
they put them? Do they put them in the
Or a
real
Home
life
Depot
location?
or something.
Pretty close, yeah.
Nice.
Some of the names are different. I just know because like the Kansas DLC, like some of the towns I've been to a bunch.
Yeah.
Like they made in the town I went to college, there's a Walgreens and they made it a CVS, which is kind of funny. But the pharmacy is like where the pharmacy is in real life. It's kind of funny.
That's cool. That's cool.
Okay. That must be crazy. Like driving in a place like that in
Yeah,
a
the
video
only
game. It's like
problem is-
yeah.
I've
only-
driven here.
The only problem is they absolutely deleted my hometown. Like everything's 1/20th the scale, so that there's not room for every
Yeah,
town.
they gotta get rid of some
So
stuff.
the town I grew up
Yeah.
in is non-existent.
Doesn't exist anymore.
Is Florida a state that you can drive through?
Not yet. They're
Damn
working
it.
from west to east.
Got it. Okay.
So-
Okay. Gosh, dude, imagine trying to drive truck simulating through New York. The traffic might be horrible there.
Yeah, that'd be rough.
It is no longer a chill game. It is a white knuckle rage fest. And
Yeah, right. Stress simulator. Right
There's
there.
gonna be so many, dude. I remember seeing like a clip recently of a guy that gets cut off because like the highway he needs to continue on is blocked off by a roadblock. He's like, I gotta go this way, and he like lowers the window in game, starts yelling at the police officer, like blocking, just yelling at the dudes. He's like, I'm gonna go around, and just goes around. So stupid.
I'll just go around. It's all right.
I'll just go around. It's just like it's just NPCs just doing their job. Like, oh man.
Yeah, it's sweet, but they'll get across. There's a mod where you can. It has all the states, and you can drive like clear across the country. But I don't know how they do it. But it looks
That's
kind of legit.
kind of like flight sim. I remember like flying over like my hometown.
Yeah,
like
flight sim.
Flight sim.
Yeah.
Yeah. But of course, flight sim is like you get close enough to the ground, it's all bumpy textures and
Right.
crap. So.
Yeah, ATS is
But,
looking
what
good. They
is-
did an update. They're like they updated a new anti-aliasing and like a bunch more graphic
nice.
settings that make the game look awesome. And then in a really soon update, they're doing a complete engine, like new engine, like the DX12.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah, I'm keeping up with the American Truck Simulator. Don't you worry.
I just
keep it-
watched. I like
Don't
watching the
you
clips where
worry.
the guys are just like, "We're okay," and like crashing and just like overreacting as they crash. Like it's hilarious.
Oh yeah, I got into some sticky situations before. I've probably killed a lot of people in that game. I've had some head-on collisions and stuff.
Oh, thank God you're not a truck driver, Chris.
Who would have thought whiskey and truck driving doesn't mix? I mean,
No.
it does for content, but like effectiveness, it's not ideal.
I will say, I'm watching you try to like steer straight. I swear I'm fine.
That's fine. Well, I figured it out. If you want to, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get canceled. If you want to drive drunk, you just close one eye, and then instead of seeing like
The video
4
game
different highways, you only
simulated.
see 2, and then you got a 50-50 shot of getting the right one.
All right, you hear that, chat? When you're driving drunk, no.
In game.
Close one eye.
In game. I can say in game.
In game.
Driving
In
drunk
game.
in game.
Oh,
in
man.
game only.
Yeah, that one red
But
Porsche.
what is this
no.
other game that you got on the list? I'm so I actually haven't heard
Oh, Combat
of
Champions.
this
Dude,
other game.
this
yeah,
is
dude.
actually incredibly sad, dude.
Oh, great! I asked a question. Now it's sad news. I thought it was gonna be like, oh man, this is gonna be great. You're
Dude,
gonna see
it
this
is
really
to
cool game
me.
come
It's
out.
sad.
And
It's sad, and I'll tell you why. So, Combat Champions, and people have been getting
it sounds like a
frustrated on
sounds like
the
a
internet.
free to play game.
I don't know. It's in a closed beta right now. I don't remember if it's going to be free or not. But, dude, people have been getting mad, like comparing it to the finals. But let me tell you, if this sounds familiar, it was made by some ex-DICE devs, and it's like a quirky, futuristic game show shooter. So,
Like the Running Man type thing.
dude, it really looks like XDefiant.
Hold on. Let me this is I just found it on Steam that you can add to your wish list. Apparently it's releasing this year.
Yeah, you can access the closed beta is going on right now, but anyone who requests access generally gets in.
Interesting. Well, look, can I read this for the audience and just let me know if people
Sure.
think this is So Combat Champions is a fast-paced first-person shooter where players drive the crowd wild with over-the-top stunts and map-altering
What's
destructions,
that sound like?
all while holding key points and out-shooting the opposition. It's corporate conflict at its finest, all televised by the Corporate Mediation Alliance.
What's that sound
Yeah,
like?
I mean, even dude, I'm looking at the trailer on Steam and there's like the scene where it's like the players are getting ready for a fight and they're all kind of standing in a row of people. That looks very, I don't know.
And why it's sad. Why I'm sad about it is because it does play more like Battlefield. It's like bigger team battles, like kind of domination with destruction. And it actually plays kind of similar to Battlefield, more arcadey with the slingshots and flying around the map and stuff. But
it does look a lot more, like just cartoony, especially with that. I don't know if it's a dragon or an alligator or a dinosaur. I don't know what that is, flying around. But
yeah. So
at the same,
why I'm kind of sad about it is because it's a really small dev studio of XDefiant developers, and I think they literally, when they said they started working on this, was before the finals was even known about. So it's just like an unfortunate timing thing, in my opinion.
Dude, it's
to where, like, if they would have made this, if they would have backed off a little bit on the crazy like flying around the map like slingshot stuff and put a modern military skin on this thing, like
millions.
Yeah.
This kind of reminds me of like the finals mixed with what was that other like 80s TV show battle royale game that died as well too? Radical Heights.
Yeah. So some of the shots and stuff looks like kind of like the marathon art style too, like a little bit. But the main thing that I'm sad about it is like it's pretty incredible what they did for a small dev team. Like, it's well done. It plays well for the first
it looks good
play test. The graphics are awesome. It's an Unreal, and it just feels like an unfortunate timing, man. It's just like a sigh. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, it's just not. I just doesn't feel like it's gonna do well, man. And I bet they put a lot of work into it for a lot of years. I honestly hope I'm wrong. I do hope I'm wrong, but not a lot of people are like talking about it and stuff. And it could be one of those games like Helldivers 2 that kind of flies under the radar, right? Like that one episode where like, oh, Helldivers 2 releases soon. I don't know if anybody's going to play it or not. And then it went crazy.
And then the world unites over one game.
That'll be a super funny moment, man. Forever to talk about. But
I will say, like, looking at it too, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't even know how to explain it, what I'm looking at, because it's like, it looks like it plays very well, but it doesn't look as fluid as well too as the finals. I will say that it looks like a bit staticky. Some of the animation, some of the, like the walls when they break, it's not like randomized crumbling of the wall. It's kind of just like this wall breaks in this pattern,
The other thing that's cool is it is class based. So there's like recon, medic, assault, like like Battlefield kind of.
Little bit more Battlefield.
Like the game mode Bones is more Battlefieldy than anything. It's like a big domination match with class based gameplay, destruction, bigger teams. But then it's just like set in the finals. And it's so funny that like people split off from DICE and both studios made.
They probably talked about it like internally or something before.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like they did. Like, it's almost feels too much of a coincidence to almost be an accident. So, maybe they, some people talked about it before they left, and then, they all split up and then kind of worked on it on their own, maybe. But
yeah, from the videos I've watched, it really kind of seems like it would play pretty well. And I think the timing and the setting is really unfortunate.
I just think also too, I'm personally not a fan of like the flashy, arcadey, cartoony stuff. Like I used to be back in the day. I remember like when Saints Row got a little bit more cartoony. I was like, oh, whatever. But this is again, maybe if they had the military skin and then toned it down, but then it would, I don't know how that would work out if it's like, I mean, you got the destruction, you'll have the classes, you'll have like a militaristic style of shooting, but I don't know. I don't know. It looks, they got the sliding mechanic too, like going downhill in the beginning of the trailer. You slide down a hill, you go faster. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I guess we'll just have to wait till Delta Force comes out.
Yep. That'll be one to add to the list when it happens.
Yeah, that's another extraction mode there too. Yeah, geez, we're really gonna be eating.
Yeah, there's a lot coming.
So I don't know. I just saw this week. Some people were playing it. I watched Jack Fragg's video and a couple other guys' videos on it, and I was just like, just feel bad. Dang it, man.
I am seeing too. Like, I'm just also ready for Stalker 2, and that comes out September. So
that's not that far.
It's not. I mean, there's a timer I'm looking at right now. It's 107 days, and that's gonna go by quick, which is also kind of sad because that means 2024 is gonna go by faster than I expected. So,
dude, as we get older, every year goes faster and faster. I guarantee it.
I'm not. No, this is also like I know I'm the youngin' of the show, but this will be my last year of my 20s. I'm turning 29, so.
Yeah,
still young.
I always be able to tell my kids, "Hey, I'm from the 1900s." Like, go easy on me. I was there. Oh man. Okay, one controversial topic to end the program. Did you see the tweet from Blue Drake about the AI YouTuber he made?
I did see that.
This is wild.
I remember when I first saw the video, because I saw the video before the tweet, not knowing it was AI. And I'm not saying like, oh, I knew it was AI, but when I was watching the video and he was talking about like free to play milsim games, the milsim games that he brought up was like Counter-Strike 2, a free to play like game that looks like it was an asset flip. It looked just horrible, and now it makes sense is because the AI basically scoured the internet, looked for anything remotely close to milsim or first person shooter, and then I guess apparently he read a book to an AI software program so it could gather all of his influxes of his voice and different variations and whatnot, and seeing all that, and then it just seems very just not the route to go, in my opinion. I mean, it's gonna happen, but from like a creator standpoint, people start to notice. People will notice if it's AI or not. But at the same time, it'll get to a point where you can't notice. I don't know if you've seen recently, there was like a Chat GPT little open AI software session where like, I don't know who it was, but he was talking to a phone, and the phone was responding to him like if it was someone on the phone talking back. Like, it didn't seem like your normal AI chat bot. Yeah, it just seemed like the like, if I could find it, it was insane because it was just like the chat bot was laughing and giggling.
The Chat GPT thing you're talking about, and it could read his face. He's like, "You look happy. Do you have good news to share?" Like, it was reading his facial expressions
and
too.
It was, dude, creepy. First of all, so we need to start grabbing ways to kill robots, but there is definitely just, I guess he's gonna make a video about it as well too.
I guess I did a bad job explaining it too. I guess I didn't explain to people what this is real quick.
Yeah, I mean, it's just an AI Blue Drake making. And here's the thing too: it's not just making videos and that's it. It's finding the resources, putting it together, making a script, talking about it, editing it, and uploading it all within AI. So it's the entire YouTuber process through AI, which is insane. Like, I've never would have thought they would, and again, it's not half bad. Sure, the topics that were covered are kind of crappy. The voice was kind of monotone the entire time. There was some moments where it seemed like it was him talking for a bit. So again, I didn't realize it was AI at first. I thought this was what I thought it was just Blue Drake just putting out content, just massing out. But this is first of all, this isn't on his main channel too. This is like on his secondary Blue Drake clips channel, so it's not as popular or as big, not much reach, but still, I think this is just him experimenting and seeing where AI goes. Yeah, again, he put like Warface as like a milsim tactical shooter, and Warface hasn't been a milsim tactical shooter for a very long time, in my opinion. So, but again, it wasn't him; it was AI. So it's like, but it also was him because he technically probably helped programmed a couple things. So I don't know. We'll and then he wants other developers to come on board and help him out with some stuff. So it's just like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Blue Drake.
yeah.
What's the end game?
There's
Like, are you
already
trying
AI out there
to,
that you can feed it stuff and it'll make a full YouTube video with B-roll and.
I mean, you
and all
remember
that
the
stuff,
whole
but-
controversy of Quibble Cop, whatever his name is, to do with the crazy orange hair?
Didn't he have like an AI girlfriend or something?
No, he was putting out AI content, but it was like a VTuber model of him,
Oh yeah.
you know, and just posting just reaction content. So it wasn't even
Gotcha.
like from scratch. It was just reacting to other videos, and it was just an AI version of himself. And then he went out and said, "Sorry, I was just testing something, and you know, I'll go back to my roots and stuff like that." So, yeah, I mean, again, it's like, again, his videos, I don't know if they've died, but I mean, I'm pretty sure he's getting millions of views still. So I'm sure he doesn't care. He's rich. Yeah. So I don't know. I didn't see anybody, and maybe I was wrong. I really didn't. To be honest, I didn't really care to look at the comments. I was just like, all right, just, you know, people talking about it, whatever. I'll move on. I was too busy anyways to really look more into it.
People are pretty mad about it.
They're mad, but I'm also like, and then Big Fries mentioned is like, we shouldn't be celebrating. I ain't see anybody celebrating it. I think everyone's kind of like on the same page of just like,
it has
this
36
sucks.
likes and 182 dislikes.
You
And
saw? I can't even see it. I thought it was
the comments are not nice.
Yeah, it's yeah, I can see why though, because people were like, you know, and Blue Drake is an old YouTuber, like he knows what it was like back in the day too. So, you know, again, for him doing it, him testing it out, I would like to see. I'm curious to see where it goes, but I'm also like, because then people also had the argument, it's like AI writing and AI movie making now, that B-roll footage that people are putting out with AI and AR artwork, and it's like, are YouTubers going to become extinct now, or is that going to be the next thing that goes away? Is, you know?
Yeah, it's weird. That's why you'll always know it's a crash video, because I use a face cam. You'll see my dumb ass on it. So you can't AI copy this beautiful moneymaker of a face I have. There's no way.
What do you think, Buff?
I mean, it sounds like just an experiment to me to see what he can do with AI. So just like doing the trailer.
That's what I was
and everything.
thinking.
I mean, it seems like an experiment, which is.
But if it works.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's.
That's the thing. That's the other thing.
You know, the industry itself is like ChatGPT and Gen AI is huge. So I think people may not like it, but that's what's going to happen going forward. So.
Yeah, it's not going to go anywhere. Cool.
That's all I had for this week. I just wanted to get you guys' take on that. I thought it was kind of wild.
No, it was definitely
cool.
I was interested for sure. I'm just waiting to see what's next. I know I need to get into VR as well too, a little bit more. I know there's a lot of VR games coming out. Also VR extraction titles as well too. So that's another
like a rabbit
thing.
hole I can't do, man.
Dude, I might get sick. I haven't played it in a bit, so like, I might get motion sick again.
I just can't sink money into something else. I'd have to get like the gun with the magnetic handles for the remotes and like the best.
Yeah, dude. That's my wife all the time. Like, I got too many expensive hobbies. I need to buy more ammo, but I also want to work on the truck. But I also want to work on the house. I want to work on the garage. I want to work on my computer. I want to work on my. You know, it's too many. I wish I liked stamps or postage notes or something. I don't
building
know.
Models or something.
Even those get expensive. Holy crap, though.
Walmart,
you know, that too. Yeah, exactly. I did build this actually. Hang on. I built this with my son recently. It's a Lego Supra.
Nice. See, you're already a modeler.
That's sick.
Yeah,
There you go.
I'm already exactly. I
doing
use
it, man.
super glue and everything.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. So,
Oh man.
because now he sees a Supra, he goes, "Is that a Supra?"
Super. Yeah, just like this one. If this one, way cheaper.
$20.
That's it. Is that a show?
I think that's a show.
I'm sweating bullets, so yeah.
Are you? What is it hot over there?
Oh, dude, I'm roasting. I turned the AC off because it was too loud, so I'm gonna go start blasting after this.
Oh, I got.
Oh, geez, yeah. Go stand in front of a fan.
All right, guys, we're gonna save Buff and end the show, so he doesn't have a heat stroke, and we can talk to him next week. He's going down. He's fading.
Yeah.
So thank you guys, everyone, for being here. If you want to support the show, be a friend, tell a friend. If you guys have time, we'd be forever grateful if you could leave a comment, a like on the video, share it around, as well as potentially like a nice review would be cool on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. That allegedly helps it push the podcast around. It's been growing on those platforms as well. So thank you guys so much. We look forward to chatting with you next week. Check out all three of our content in the show notes down below. Whatever platform you're on, you can see links to Buff, Blue, and myself to all our channels, all our social media. Stay tuned to that stuff because we all put content out during the week, and you guys should check it out. And yeah, we will see you guys next week. We'll be talking about what we're hearing in the lead up to Summer Game Fest, as well as keeping tabs on all these extraction shooters. It's almost COD leak season, so we have stuff to talk about, and we'll all meet back here on Monday evening and discuss it. We will see you guys next week.
Peace.
Hey, bye-bye.